So, gonna do a trade recap today on ES. I ended up taking no trades today, actually. So, gonna go through basically all I saw today. So, coming into market open, as you can see right around this area, we had a pretty good setup, really, in all honesty. So, we had a high time frame bullish order block, that being right here, but that was like the last thing I kind of marked out. The first thing I noticed was actually we swept London session lows. So we had a pretty strong draw of liquidity right here being London session lows. We ended up sweeping those out. And even furthermore, we had relative equal highs right up here. Obviously, we have London session highs here. We also have these like Asia session pre-market kind of highs right here. Either way, they're both high time frame highs along with previous day highs being located up here. So that was the big thought process today, was going long simply because these were our strong draws of liquidity, right? We just took out London session lows, and we have relative equal highs resting above it. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be looking to go long. Obviously, we see that was not the case, but during market open, that's what I was looking at. So scaling down to the 5-minute time frame, we see this was where my eye was mostly set, was right around here. So obviously we have market open right here, and then we have the macro opening right here. So obviously we see between this window, a price just fell, and it was hard to see a trade. And we obviously see price action has been absolutely miserable since then. But coming into market open, we see, okay, we just swept London session lows. We have this 5-minute bullish order block located right here. I'm looking for price to close completely above this high, and I'm good for a long, right? That was enough confidence for me. Close above. Okay, this is not. Oh, it's because I'm not clicking on the right thing. I'm looking for price to close above this, and I'm calling it good. Like I'm good for a long here. Obviously, on the 1 minute would have been a break of structure, and it actually would have been inverse fair value gap too. We had this fair value gap here I was looking at as well. So really, it was we inverse this fair value gap, this 5-minute fair value gap. We're good to go long, and that obviously was never the case. Actually, it turned this into a breaker block, and it was just hard to take a short because we were already ripping through. So much of this liquidity. It would have been, not a very good entry to enter here and, target right here. That's obviously not a very big move that you'd be targeting. And that was an internal draw of liquidity. Or we had yesterday's lows that were a pretty good target. And then we had London session lows, which I was surprised we reached. And we just swept those. That actually would have been some really nice equal lows, but yeah, we just swept those there. So, but yeah, it was hard to take a trade today, even with order flow, or looking for a reversal. It was hard for both of them, honestly, just simply because of, ripping down so aggressive, which I don't mind, changing bias, right? You're going to have to change your bias every once in a while. When you're married to a bias, you can tend to lose out on some trades. You tend to, miss good entries, right? But that just was not the case today, just with how already close we were to this, and more or less just because if these highs weren't here, I probably would have been fine with taking a short. But because we had these highs and we just swept London session lows, and we had these relative equal highs up here, I was really, really looking for a long. And then we obviously see right at market open, and this isn't even the macro window, this is when the macro opened, that between the macro opening and the market opening, price just shit the bed, and there was nothing to do. And then by the time we're within the macro window, right, we see in between the macro opening and closing, which was right here, that it's just, there's nothing there. There's simply nothing to trade there. And it was very annoying to watch this just because it was such a good potential setup that we ended up not seeing, and it was a little bit annoying. But again, did a good job sitting out of it. I really wasn't tempted to take anything just because, again, because of this right here in between market open and the macro opening, that we just had such an aggressive sell-off that there was just nothing to be seen. So again, we had a lot of confluences that would have been good, but a big thing probably had to do with Fed funds rate coming out tomorrow. So I will not be trading at all tomorrow. I'm not even going to go on my setup tomorrow. There's nothing to have during these, and I'll actually go through here and show you the last time we had Fed funds rate. It was a very, very scary sell-off that we had the last time we had Fed funds rate. Yep, this was it right here. This was the last time we had Fed funds rate. So I remember this vividly. Actually, the morning doesn't look too bad. We swept out London session lows, had a good move up, so probably could have caught something in there. But yeah, you see the morning is not a lot of volume, and then we see the interest rates come out and everything, and it's very scary. So you do not want to be trading that tomorrow. Even the last time we had Fed funds rate, the rates didn't actually go out. So there's a thing where the rates actually don't come out, and we got scared for nothing. But there's probably, since the last time it didn't happen, it's probably gonna happen today. So gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen tomorrow. But again, it was such a almost perfect setup day, and price just shit the bed. So it is what it is. Yep, that's basically it for the day. No trades.